All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is 12 p.m. It is stretch break time. Pretty much for today's class, we'll just need a mat, and that's pretty much it. So let's take a seat. So we'll be sitting on our back side, and we're going to cross that right ankle over that left knee, and we're going to either lean into it or we're going to scoot that foot that's on the ground closer to us, feeling that stretch through the hip on which that leg is bent and crossed over. So if we've been sitting all day, this is going to be a nice stretch. We're going to take this one step further, and that foot that's up, I want you to let it fall that direction. So if your right foot is crossed over your left knee, that right foot is going to fall to the left side. And feeling that stretch kind of a little more through that hip. Nice job. Bring it back to center, and let's switch sides. So now the left foot is going to cross, or left ankle is going to cross over the right knee, and either lean into it or scoot that foot closer. Totally up to you. Just feeling that stretch, and I want you to now let that left foot fall towards the right side. Nice job. Bring it back to center. And now let's do an inner thigh stretch. So we're going to go butterfly. So butterfly stretch. So I want the bottoms of your feet touching. And if you could get your heels closer to your midline, that's fine. But if they have to be farther away from you, just because it's a little easier, you could do it that way too. So just leaning into it, feeling the stretch through the inside part of the leg. And if you want, you can use the bottoms of your elbows to kind of push down on that lower half of your leg, just to feel that stretch a little more, but that is an option. Nice job. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. All right, legs out in front of you with feet together, and we're going to reach for our toes. So trying to keep a flat back. So you may be able to only reach towards your ankle or maybe your calf, but again, not rounding the back too much. We will do that here in a few seconds. All right, so now I want you to really kind of round out your back and reach a little further. So whether it's reaching for your ankles or reaching for your toes. Nice job. Awesome. All right. So the next one that we're going to do, we're going to lie on our backside. This one might be a little different for some, but it's kind of like trying to think more yoga poses, but it's almost like if it were like happy baby, I guess. But pretty much like you're going to grab for like your calf or your ankle or like the tops of your feet. And so you kind of have your knees or your legs are bent. So whether you're grabbing for your ankle or the tops of your feet, just feeling that stretch. And now I want you to move that stretch to where you're hugging your knees. So you're lying on your back still. Your knees are in your chest. You're taking your arms and you're wrapping them around your legs. And if you want, you can rock just a little bit back and forth. or you could just stay still. Just feel that stretch through the low back. All right, I want you to roll up now, and we're going to flip it over. Just be careful when you do. All right, so we're going to get to this mountain pose. So where your body is kind of like an upside down letter V. And I want you to press your heels into the floor, feeling the stretch through your the lower part of your legs or calves. If you feel like it's too much, you can imagine like you're doing a stepping position where it's one leg or one foot at a time. And just kind of feeling it out for a few seconds on one side, and then switch and do the other side, switch and do the other side. Otherwise, you could just press both heels into the floor. Nice job. And now let's come into that Sphinx position or the Cobra position. So Sphinx is where you're on your elbows. Cobra is where you're on your hands and you're pushing through, feeling that stretch through your core. Excellent job. And now let's come down, and then we're going to come up onto hands and knees, and we're going to do a cat-cow. So I want you to arch your back like a cat, so that way we're feeling that stretch through the middle of our back, and then pushing that spine down, and then arching that back, really feeling that stretch. Arch your back or push that spine down, arch your back. Push that spine down. We'll do one more round or just one more time. Really arch your back and push back down. Excellent job. So we're going to move back to sitting on our bottom again. And this time we're going to put our hands behind us. And we're just going to stick our chest out, kind of opening through the chest, feeling that stretch through the front of our upper body. So feeling a little bit through the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, into the chest. If it helps, kind of making sure that you're pushing your shoulders back. Kind of like you're trying to squeeze between your shoulder blades just to feel that stretch. Nice job. All right, so we're now going to take that right foot or left foot. We're going to take the left foot, cross it over the right knee. And I want you to twist the opposite direction. Just getting all sorts of mixed up today. So my right arm is going to be on the outside of my left leg, and I'm just twisting. I'm sitting up tall. Just feeling that torso twist. Nice job. So now we're going to switch to the other leg. So it's going to cross the right leg over the left knee, and the left arm is going to come to the outside part of the right leg, and we're going to twist. Just breathing through it. Job. All right, so we're now going to transition onto our knees, just because it's a little easier this way. All right, so I want you to cross that left arm towards the right side, or pushing your right arm towards your right side. Really straighten the arm, really trying to take that bend out of your elbow. Nice job. So we're going to transition down into a child's pose to where both hands are going to be flat on the floor, kind of in that fetal position, face down, just stretching out through the back, the low back. We'll do the other side of that stretch that we just did here in a moment, but I want you to walk it over to your left. Walk it over to your right. Still in that fetal position, face down, child's pose. Walk it back to the center and slowly come back up. And now we're going to reach over towards the left, or right arm is going to reach over towards the left. And again, really stretch that arm out where you're really trying to take that bend out of your elbow just by reaching. You feel that stretch right underneath that armpit to your back, your upper back. Nice job. All right, so now let's move on to some of our next stretches. So keeping your mouth closed, so I want you to look up towards the ceiling and pushing that lower jaw towards the ceiling so you feel the stretch underneath your neck. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to go left ear, or sorry, left ear, right ear to right shoulder. You could do left ear to left shoulder if you want. So I want you to bring your head back to center, and now this time I want you to go chin to right shoulder. So when we think of driving and we think of being able to see out of our peripheral vision or over our shoulder to see who's coming, it's making sure that we are able to do that safely. So now I want your chin to now go to the left side of your shoulder. Nice job. Bring your chin back towards the center, and now I want you to go left ear to left shoulder. Unless you did the opposite, then it would be right ear to right shoulder. All right, so we're going to stretch out the back of our triceps. So we're going to put our left hand on our back, like we've done a great job for all of our efforts and keeping moving, stretching, making sure that right hand is grabbing the left elbow, feeling it through the back of your upper left arm or right arm. And now let's switch and do the other side. So your right hand is going to be flat on your back. Left hand is grabbing your right elbow. Nice job. All right, the one last and final stretch that we're going to do. This one might be a little bit of a challenge for some. I'm going to turn my back towards you so you can see what my arms are doing. So imagine like our tricep stretch, but I want the other arm to come up from the low back, reaching, trying to see if we can get these two middle fingers to touch. So this is testing that shoulder range of motion. So seeing if your middle fingers can touch. might notice one side might be better than the other. So now let's switch. So now the left hand is going to be flat on the upper back, and that right hand is going to come up from the low back side. And we're going to try to see if we can get these middle fingers to get close to each other. Again, one side may be better than the other side. Awesome. Nice job, everyone. All right, so just to let you know, for today at 12:30 is going to be group cycle here in the fitness center for 701 Fitness with Caitlin. And then we have one last 5-minute movement / stretch break at 2 p.m. All right, have a great day, everyone.